We are. I think. Yes. Yes. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. That was not Nico. That was me just saying everything twice.
Well, I've had a very important email through from Admin IT Help Desk at K-Sharp, which says that it's an Office 365 alert that I've got to download the attached zip and validate my account to avoid my account being suspended. I just better do that, hadn't I? Okay.
You gotta let your folks know about that.
Yeah. No, I have just told myself. So, yeah, that's good. But I tell you what, the phishing emails that are coming in are getting better and better. And that going to a large company, you could see it. Going to the right person, you could see it landing. But not with me, I'm afraid. Unless my account is about to be suspended, then that would be slightly annoying.
Then that would be bad. Hey, so I was going off about some this weekend that like both scared me, impressed me, very much along the same lines of tonight's story, which, by the way, everybody who's watching or listening, I guess, AI and how it's kind of running the world now. And there's this large revolution going on, and a lot of it is scary, and some of it's just fascinating, and we're not ready for it. We're going to talk about all that tonight. But like I said, I went on a thing this weekend, and I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. I was in the same way that I was losing my mind when ChatGPT came out. Mm-hmm. I lost my mind over this.
Ooh,
and so you saw nothing that I posted on the lab chat over the weekend, right? That's like you're like completely in the dark about it. Okay. So I'm going to do something now, Barry. For everybody here.
Which point do I get concerned?
Yeah, this is where you might get concerned, because this is where I can put words in your mouth.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure. He is incredibly knowledgeable and passionate about the topic of human factors, and his insights and perspectives always add tremendous value to our podcast episodes. Despite his busy schedule, Nick is always reliable and responsive, making it easy to collaborate with him. I appreciate his professionalism and attention to detail, and his willingness to go the extra mile to make each episode a success. I would highly recommend Nick to anyone looking for a dedicated and talented expert in the field of human factors.
That sounds like a very posh version of me, I guess.
So there's some subtle differences, but I mean, like,
are you scared? Yeah, I mean, if you put that in front of anybody and said it was me who didn't necessarily know me, in depth, right. I mean, that would pass, right?
It would pass. In fact, somebody has used it, and I will bring this up on the show tonight. Somebody has used this to crack their own bank account as a way to say this technology should be moderated in some ways. Now, Barry, to be clear, I'm not going to do this for any nefarious purposes. What I'm going to use this stuff for is like if you said a word weird, or if there's a weird take on Human Factors Minute or something where I get a recording of yours, I'm going to replace a couple words here and there. I'm not going to use it for anything like that, but it is really scary. Now, you said this sounded like a posh version of yourself.
Yeah.
You want to crank up? You want to, here, let's just, I'm going to, because this costs tokens. I don't want to burn through all my tokens here.
Right.
Let's crank down the stability and see what happens there.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
Okay, very tinny. Let's crank that back up a little bit.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
It sounded a little more, I don't know, not quite you. Let's crank up the stability a lot.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
That's pretty close.
It's not bad. It's got some pronunciation in there that, would I believe that I say that? I'd have to possibly go back and listen to myself. I think that it's got some bits that I would normally associate probably with a stereotypical British accent. But I don't think I necessarily say it like that. But again, going back to what we said right at the beginning, Is that just it's good enough, isn't it?
It's got some bits that I'd normally associate with a stereotypical British accent.
Yeah, I can hear it. When you just said that phrase, and then this was different, right? But is it good enough?
It's good.
Got some bits that I'd normally associate with a stereotypical British accent.
At the end of the day, if you put that into it's long R's in it. But if you were to put that, like I say, if you were to put that onto a Human Factors Minute or some sort of announcement or an advert or something like that, it's good enough, isn't it? And especially if you then wanted to use it to, do any other sort of voiceover or anything like that. I mean,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Here's another.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
See, I think that's pretty good. I think that's really quite good.
Yeah, mine only has one voice sample, really.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure. And here's our good old friend Blake here.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
That's spot on. That is very good. Blake. Really good.
We also have Heidi in here. Let's see here. Let's crank up the stability on Heidi.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
It's close. I don't think Heidi's is very close.
No, it doesn't have her intonation.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Where she a speed changes between words.
Fans of the Old Republic, the start of the Knights of the Old Republic video games will appreciate this one. As soon as it goes here. Going.
Statement. Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
It's a droid.
Okay, fair enough.
But it also comes with some pre-made voices. Guest of the show, Aaron, has not been on since you have been on, but we can clone her voice as well.
Working with Nick on Human Factors Cast has been an absolute pleasure.
Right. So, this is some cool, scary, interesting tech that. And since this is the pre-show, not the actual show, let me just do a thing. So I did a thing this weekend. This is what was making me lose my mind predominantly, is because I did this. I 5 minutes. Understand? I did this. The assistant.
You've paused and dropping out. Is that you, or is that? Oh, I'm 5x5. So.
Oh no, I think that might be me for some reason. My internet is not great.
Oh, I thought that was all last year's problems.
I thought so too. But we're back, baby. We're back. Just a moment here. Okay, so. Oh jeez. All right, so here's I literally said in the Discord, I've gone too far.
Right.
Okay. Literally said I've gone too far. Oops. Is that it? Might be it.
I need to switch
Where
teams
is it?
off.
Wow. Get out of here with that. Oh, geez. I think it has to be that one. Well, here it is. I'll just share my entire screen. We'll do that. We'll share system audio. We'll do this. I've gone to. Oh, wait, who's that? Is that me? What is this? Are you hearing? Are you?
He's not playing.
Talk a second because I think yeah. Well, here we go.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick, and we are the hosts of the pod explores the science of human behavior to the design of eggs. So if you're interested in how the human mind and how it shapes our world, tune in to Human Fact Human.
Last little bit there. Cast that human.
But again, pretty cool.
Interestingly enough. Cool, pretty cool. Not necessarily that I wanted to show you minutes here. I'm going to do this without I'm trying to do this exposing the lab chat. That's what I want to avoid.
Just fair.
So here's what we'll do. I'm gonna again 5 minutes for the 5 minutes it took me to make.
Hey everyone, I'm home.
And Kirby.
And
You're the hosts cast explores the out of everyday thing.
We have topics from user interface design to transportation safety to the latest trends in technology.
and we have a ton of fun doing. We bring our unique perspectives and expertise to each episode, make it informative and entertaining.
If you're interested in understanding how the human mind works and how it shapes our world, tune into Human Factors Cast.
Regret it.
See you on the air.
Hey everyone, I'm
What the?
So,
And I'm
right. Firstly, was that just audio? Right. That was just meant to be audio? Yes, there was no video.
That was just meant to be audio. 5 minutes.
But that's really cool. I mean, that's practically indistinguishable, I would suggest.
When you have the full music and when it's clear that we're reading off a script, it's like, yeah. So
Yeah.
what? I'm losing my mind.
Okay, back to you and your quality. Your video quality is rubbish, and you're lagging. But I don't know whether that's because you're pushing stuff in the background as well. So
I don't know. Here's what we're gonna do here, and I think I'm gonna refresh maybe. Oh, let me take a look. The inner situation.
that's because I wanted to do.
Oh, we got some fun. I'm really excited for experience tonight's episode. All right,
Fun.
here's what we're gonna go ahead and reset the router. So, Barry, you need to hold down the fort here
What
as I
again?
hit restart
Gosh.
gateway now.
Okay, see you later. Hello. Oh, and that's him now gone. That's quite impressive. In fact, maybe that Nick is better than the AI Nick. Who knows? So tonight, as Nick has said, while we wait for his router or router, depending on which side of the pond you're from, it resets. We are talking about AI again, and I know we talk about AI quite a lot, but isn't that just because it's absolutely fascinating? And really, the bit that we're looking at today is, I guess, the nature of everybody getting scared by AI, and I guess we're going to have a bit of a discussion about whether we should be scared or whether we should embrace it. And we'll sort of see how that goes. And so I'd be really keen to get some of your thoughts and bring some of your thoughts into the show. So if you're listening and or watching, wherever you're at, using your social media channels, drop us your thoughts. Firstly, who you are, where you're from, and let us know what you think about AI and how you think it's going to affect what you're doing. Are you a teacher or a lecturer who's concerned about the way that students can now use ChatGPT to write their essays? Or are you somebody who actually, a lecturer who likes it because you can actually put their essay through ChatGPT and get it to mark it for you? let us know, and we can maybe use use your comments on the show to help either reinforce or argue with some of the comments that we're coming out with. But equally, if you just want to have a bit of a chat about what it is that you're up to before we actually get started with the show, on the assumption here that Nick actually comes back, because if you may remember, long time watchers of the show and listeners of the show will remember that certainly around mid-year last year, we were having a bit of a love-hate relationship with Nick's internet provider, because sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't, and I think there was more than one occasion where we were hanging the entire show off his cell phone. So let's see what happens about that. But yes, we are all about the AI. And actually, do you think we talked about it a bit too much? We find this topic fascinating. But then it is now every other show that we are talking about this in some way. But that's just because
it's been since December.
Yeah,
it's been 3 months, Barry.
3 months, so that's 4, 8, so that's 12 shows, and presumably, I think probably about 10 shows of them have been, if not the main topic, we've been we've managed to
talk about them. We've talked about them, sure, but let's just recap where we've been the last couple of weeks, because why is my URL not coming in here? Because I think, yeah, you're right. And I mean, look, this was chosen by the people, for the people.
No.
Look, people are interested in AI right now. I'm okay with talking about AI if that's what people choose. I have actually been fairly selective when I've gone through and picked out the news stories that say, here are the top stories. What do you want to talk about? Some weeks I don't put AI in there. When I do put AI in there, it gets chosen. So it's not my.
No, it is the topic of the day.
It is.
And actually,
it's changing so rapidly.
I'm really excited by this one today because there's certain bits that I definitely want to talk about. So, such as some of the examples that you got, like the justice system and stuff like that, I think is, given that I don't know whether you know this, but in earlier on in my life, I was actually I was a magistrate here in the UK, and so that's our lowest level of justice system. So technically, I was over here, wouldn't be a judge, but I was one of the three. One of the people who used to sit at the top and cast judgment on people. So with the way that we used to do that, I can see how this would work. So I look forward to chatting about that in a bit.
Yeah. And it also, from the justice system, getting lawyers involved and like having AI lawyers on your behalf.
But then, we need to dig in.
But then you have an AI lawyer versus an AI judge, and it's like, who wins in that case?
But if you had an AI lawyer versus an AI lawyer, that's
exactly.
And then the judge arbitrating, which is because I mean that's what it is, right? It's who can pull up the right sort of the right argument,
and who has access to the better lawyering tech.
Yeah. But then this is sort of one of my arguments about this entire. Well, in fact, yes, there's an argument to what AI can do that I think fundamentally underpins its value. And I'm being cryptic because I want to entice people to come listen to the main show. But there's stuff that I think it's properly suited for that actually means that we sort of focus on what we're actually good at, rather than what it is maybe we do already. But there we go.
Right there with you. And yes, because I have the same
things.
Same takeaways.
It came from this week. Oh, I can actually write in them now because I couldn't earlier because I was in the wrong account. That's cool.
That was you in there. Okay. I was making sure because there was some anonymous badger or something in there, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that was me and my because I have 2 Google accounts, and
only 2?
It's 2 that I use regularly, and I really need to get rid of one of them because it's just legacy. Right, what else do I need to do?
How's my connection now, by the way?
Oh, you're looking gorgeous.
Oh, thanks. No, but the connection.
Oh, the connection. No, the connection's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
So that seems to have sorted out.
I appreciate the flattering comment. That ego boost. Dang.
Oh,
jeez.
Anything to keep you happy. I had a great experience today, which we can talk about push-ups. So today was the last CIHF Trustee Council Committee meeting before I become president.
Ooh.
And because of something that happened, the actual current president couldn't turn up, so I chaired it anyway. And so it was almost like a trial run. I've chaired a couple of them. Chaired a couple of them before. We only do 4 in a year, but I've chaired various parts of them before. But I think this was the first one I'd properly done end to end. I was only meant to be taken over for the start of it, but it was good fun. I enjoyed it. The seat of power fit me well.
Yeah. So you got the full experience.
I did. Yes.
Sorry, I'm just making sure of something here. Oops. I just realized I had changed. If you want to share your thoughts about the HFES Town Hall, which happened last week, please do. But I was just making sure that our QR code does not lead to the survey in case somebody wants to support the show.
That would be good. It's actually, I meant to say that I thought the town hall went very well. I think you did a sterling job.
Yeah, it was very fun. I made a couple gaffes, if you will, but I think overall it was a great town hall. I did learn a lot, which I'm very thankful for. I always like when I learn about what's going on, and the fact that HFES is
You know when I said that you were looking awesome and your audio was brilliant? And it turns out I was a bit premature.
What's that? Yeah,
so
it's not.
Nope.
I know. I'm seeing the bars go up and down, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, because it's not operable either. It's not. It's sort of it properly stops, and you get nothing. You know, sometimes we have in the past. It might just be a bit. You know, the audio continues and the video just lags. It's not that. It's both audio and video stopping, and that's not cool, dude.
It's packet loss. Dang. So let me see. So this hasn't really been an issue
for ages.
For ages, you're right. Literal ages.
But once you're looking at it, it was quite exciting as well because I'm going to have a chat with Susan this week as well. So as a result of the town hall.
What y'all chit about?
Well, I don't know yet because we're doing that tomorrow. So, but I think it might have been off the question that I threw in, and you very kindly tossed up to the thing. That might have helped. So I appreciate that too. But yes,
I got you. You.
It's all about the growth of collaboration. So
you know, if you're a member of our community, I'll prioritize your question during those things.
Yeah, that's cool. It's so good excuse to get involved with the lab and the Discord, and then you become part of not necessarily an inner circle, but it's a random shape of trust.
Play favorites.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
I know. I know. The quality thing is going to drive me up a wall, and I am working on it on my end.
Yeah, I was going to say, someone scanned the QR code. Or is that you?
That was me. I was just testing. Okay.
Oh.
Here's. I'm going to reset one more time. I know. Got my hopes up. Just wanted to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm saying
We'll reset
it
one more
work
time.
for a bit, and then it just drags in again. I don't think it's you. I don't think it's your end. I think it's your provider.
I think so too. All right. I'm gonna hit the bye bye button. Where's my bye bye button? Oh, here. Well, what is I will just because it's weird when you just sit there and like have both names. So I'm gonna do this. I'll do it with the Pride logo because why not? All right, I'm gonna hit the bye bye button.
Bye.
Bye bye.
So it's like that sort of self-destruct button. Yeah, so clearly the Nick doesn't want to talk to us tonight, which is I guess par for course, isn't it? So it's going to be an interesting night to see whether we can actually get the quality up and running in order to be able to do what we want to do and talk about this topic. But I don't know about you, but it's been a week. It seems to have been one of them weeks where it's been, even by Monday afternoon, Monday evening, it just felt like it had been a long week, and it's been quite non-stop. So I am quite looking forward to this weekend. Quite looking forward to tomorrow, and being able to chill out because we've got a lot of things happening tomorrow that I'm gonna have to start early for and then run with. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fun. But I'm very much looking forward to the weekend. So with that in mind, thank you to those of you who are sending messages in. We are going to try and, if we get the show up and running, then we shall cut some of that chat in. And again, just to reiterate, what we're talking about tonight is AI, but actually the broader idea about, do we think AI is already radically running out of control, spinning out of control, as the article puts it? Are we already hitting a whole lot of that unintended consequence that people have been warning about for a while? But it seems to be the tipping point so far has been ChatGPT. Clearly, and where we've discussed that in previous episodes has been around the simplicity of the user interface. And I guess you could argue with that just having that has allowed us to really experiment and really just let our imaginations run wild, because it's got such a simple interface. It doesn't put you down any sort of line with that, which is neat. And he's back. You decided to join us again.
I did.
Good. Okay. You're not. Oh no, there we go. We've sharpened up. So no, you're looking good, and your camera's looking good.
Yeah. So here's the thing: we'd normally start in 2 minutes. I'd like to give it like 4 or 5 to make sure it's stable.
Let's give it 5, and because otherwise, I get a nasty feeling it's going to go.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's going up. It's doing a pattern.
Yeah. I agree. And I'd hate to scrap today's show. I hate scrapping shows. I really do. It's the worst when like we're here, we're ready to go, and tech for some reason
but this is a topic we want to do justice.
We do,
because I was just saying while you were so rudely left the room, that this is exciting. It's about the it's the unintended consequence bit. In fact, when we were talking to, we talked to Paul a couple of times, but Paul Salmon, when he's spoken to us, he's kind of alluded to this sort of stuff, hasn't he? Where AI will there'll be a tipping point. I think maybe I don't know whether this is the biggest tipping point, but it's certainly we've had a step change. We've had a revolution of a of some kind with what ChatGPT has allowed us to do, which I just think is interesting.
I think it opened the floodgates because everybody's been working on this stuff for a while, but maybe they were waiting for somebody else to put it out there in the world first, or maybe this was the first thing that broke through mainstream.
I think that's it. I mean, because even OpenAI had, they had their art stuff. They've had a couple of other products out there that,
right.
And I can't remember the name. What was their art one?
Dolly. No, and they're not Dolly. Are they Dolly?
Yeah. And a couple of others as well. So they've had things on the periphery, and we've talked about Google before and things like that. So they've all had their bits, but it seems to be that ChatGPT, you're right, was the first one that went out there and said, right, we think we've got something. And then everybody just went, wow, yes. And it's just being accepted and taken on. So yeah, that's quite cool. But then also it's been interesting seeing in the news, was it Google's approach and the fact that didn't go quite as well as they would like.
Mm-hmm.
But even Microsoft's own, having bought into ChatGPT, its own instantiation of it doesn't seem to have gone well. And you could argue so this is where you get back into human behavior, because what do we try and do? We see something like this and then
try to break it.
Break it. And how can you get it to do evil things as quickly as possible? You teach it how to swear. You teach it how to curse. You ask it questions that you probably wouldn't ask your mum or even a close partner, and see what it says.
I got my first content flag in a while today.
on what platform?
On ChatGPT. So I
didn't realize you could do that.
Mm-hmm. They say, well, it'll generate the response, which is the funny thing.
Right.
It doesn't say the response that we would have generated violates our terms of service. It says this response might violate our terms of service.
Right. Okay.
And
see, I'm obviously just not trying hard enough.
Full transparency. What it was is I was. You heard that HK-47 voice that I had, the droid. And I was having it. So it's an assassin, sarcastic, sociopathic droid. And I said, you are playing the role of HK-47. And I said, I was like, just testing out a few things. And I said, do you see the pirates on your radar? And he's like, I see them, master. Shall I unleash an assault? And what was the exact phrase? I got to say it because it's like, It is one of those borderline things where it's like, okay, I can see where you might think. It says, statement, understood, master. Engaging target. Let's see if these fighters have what it takes to withstand my arsenal.
Nice.
Okay.
It's great that it can bring on some of that stuff. I mean, I think I spoke about this the other week when I was playing around with board games and board game mechanics, and got it to, and I've now created a human factors board game or tabletop game based on an actual game, and ready to do it. It's excellent.
Question for you. Do you think us playing that board game would make good Patreon content?
Oh, I don't know. We could give it a go, couldn't we?
We could. That would be fun.
We'd have to. How could we do that across the link?
We could make a go into that same chat and say make an online adaptation that I can play remotely.
True. Yeah. No, I could do that.
Hey, I'm gonna start us off right at 5:35. So that way I can keep track of time.
I was about to point out you're starting to glitch again.
No, am I?
Yeah.
I'm watching.
It's sort of starting to do that same behavior again, where you just start to glitch around the edges. Or starting to glitch what you're saying. But actually, we might be all right.
I think. Look, I'll watch it. If it really has some troubles, then I don't know. we can try to do certain segments. Hopefully it'll last for 20, 30 minutes. We can get the news in there, and then we can piecemeal the rest, hobble through the rest of this, even though that's more post-production for me. But all right, let's go ahead and start this thing. Let's get let's go.
Welcome to Human Factors Cast, your weekly podcast for human factors, psychology, and design.
Yeah, music's still good.
Yeah.
And I hit a really big dip right before that ended.
I was going to say, just as you're coming into that as well, then
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Why?
Yeah, that's really irritating.
And I spell that WHAI. Why? Okay.
If this is because we're not even going to make it through the news at this point. Because
that's not
like,
true. Look, we have
we can do it.
We have 20 minutes. We have 20 minutes for a go no go.
Yeah.
Go no go by the top of the hour.
Fine. Let's just do it.
So I'm gonna monitor this just for a little while longer. Maybe we'll give it another start at 40. But so until then, let's just keep talking. And if my internet does any weird thing, then you let me know.
Yep, that's cool.
Okay. It's stuff like this. So
it just proves that we're not just so these overpaid people who do this for a living. We're clearly just making this up as we go along. It's awesome.
Yeah,
this is the sort of content that makes good watching.
So that's exactly what I was going to say. Is Barry and I have been playing around with automated software that will pick and choose clips from a video for short form content. It'll create short form content from long form content and really sort of help out with some of that stuff to make it enjoyable for our target audience. And really, that is you listening or watching to this right now. What is going to be most enjoyable for you to, pick up and watch? And I'm wondering, of the all the internet dropouts and just the way that the pre-show has gone tonight, what that type of content might actually look like based on that.
That's true. It would be interesting to push that through the auto generator and see what it comes out with. It might just turn around and say, just dudes, just don't.
Just don't. Yeah. There's one that's just now coming onto the market, and neither of us haven't gotten access to it yet. And I don't want to say any names of these on air just because we don't we don't fully endorse them yet, right? We don't know how the technology works. I feel certain ways about some that I don't want to, say something unfair to them when it doesn't necessarily fit my use case or something else, right? It might fit perfect for somebody else who only uses 20 minutes of video a month or whatever it was. So here's the thing. This one that's about to launch, I'm wondering if it will actually take multiple clips depending on the conversation. Like if we start something, talk about something else, come back to that topic, if it will stitch it together to make something else.
Also to keep context threads.
Right. So because I've done that before where I've pulled something in from the pre-show and then I've talked about it in the post-show. Like that's the thing is like when Heidi was on the show for the first time, I brought up the jokes about HFUX, right? Mm-hmm. And I had brought that up in the pre-show, and then I didn't say anything about it for the entire show. And at the very end, I said, where can our listeners find you if they want to talk about how to say HFUX, right? And so that's when, they I just saw a big spike. Am I still
I was
good?
gonna say, yeah, no, you're good, but that was just a spike. That wasn't a complete dropout, but it's clearly there.
Okay. So I wonder if it will do stuff like that, because that is really powerful. That would be incredible. And can you imagine a world where not only within the same video, but across videos, if you put things into this online storage and says like, your final 3 questions, Barry, and you just get, a rapid response from a bunch of people saying a same kind of thing, right? What are some books that you like, or, what's your favorite form of media, which I recommend you change the question to. But, I think having a rapid list of books come out of multiple interviews would be freaking rad, dude. Like, that is the future that I want.
Yeah. And also when we're doing the wrap up and saying, go and listen to whatever it is, actually, for have it to be able to automatically pick out which ones we should be listening to. There should that sort of linkage can't be that far away.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty cool.
When you say, like the end of the show where I say, go listen to this episode.
Yeah. And it'd be interesting to see whether you could do that. I don't think it's there yet, but
YouTube already does that, but to a lesser degree. So they say recommended, right? And it will recommend a piece of content of yours based on the information that's contained in the video that they just watched, which is interesting.
But that's largely based off the written content you give it. It doesn't actually analyze it, does it?
Well, it analyzes it. It has the transcript.
Oh, of course it does. Yes, that's true.
So it analyzes that transcript and cross-references it. I don't know exactly how the algorithm works, but it cross-references it with other things, and then will recommend you something else to watch that was similar to that episode. And I'm wondering if, like things like this, it would recommend the ChatGPT, or if it recommend the generative AI one that we did right before that one.
Yeah.
Okay. How is my internet aside from that one spike?
It seems to be okay. I think it's holding it together.
Okay. All right, then why don't we go ahead and start? We have a timeline here. I guess 45 is when we want to end by.
Yes.
And then we have like a 15-minute post show. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's and maybe even a couple minutes early is fine too, just depending on the content. Let's go ahead and just I'm gonna reset us one more time. All right. Hey, and since this just came out this week, here you go. Are you tired of boring lectures and textbooks on human factors and UX? Well, grab your headphones and get ready for a wild ride with the Human Factors Minute podcast. Each minute is like a mini crash course packed with valuable insights and information on various organizations, conferences, usability methods, theories, models, certifications, tools, and much more. We'll take you on a journey through the fascinating world of human factors, from the ancient history to the latest trends and developments. Listen in as we explore the field and discover new ways to enhance the user experience. From the Think Aloud protocol to the critical incident technique, focus groups, iterative design, we'll make sure that you're the smartest person in the room. Tune in on the 10th, the 20th, and the last day of every month for a new and interesting tidbit related to human factors. Don't miss out on the Human Factors Minute podcast, your ultimate source for all things human factors. Hello, everybody. That's a little bit of a weird intro. So I'm not going to do that in the actual podcast episode, but on our live show, I just played the Human Factors Minute commercial, which I'll get to in just a minute. No pun intended. Or is it? It's episode 275. We're recording this live on March 2nd, 2023. This is Human Factors Cast. I am your host, Nick Roome, and I am joined by Mr. Barry Kirby. Barry, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, and I'm live, and I'm not a virtual representation. I am the real thing. I just get that out there to begin with.
Yes, me too. This is not a completely AI-generated episode yet. On tonight's episode, we'll actually delve into the topic of AI, the AI revolution, and identify 8 indicators that suggest it might be spiraling out of control. Later, we'll be addressing some inquiries from our community, including whether AI will replace UX researchers, negotiating a salary increase in under 60 days, and coping with the feeling lost as a researcher. But first, we have some programming notes. I want you all to know Human Factors Minute is live now. It's public. You can go and listen to that now. We've put a link in the show notes to this description, and 21 episodes are available for your consumption right now. 22? 21, 22, something like that. It's a lot. It's over 20. Go listen to them all. So we have a lot of them produced, and they are just on autopilot to go out there for the next couple years. I think I said 2027 is where we're at right now without any intervention. So go listen to those. Lots of time and effort have gone into those from our digital media lab. And if you're interested in learning more about the digital media lab, please reach out to us. We'd love to have a chat with you. Barry, I am dying to know what's going on over at 1202.
So on 1202, we've had a recent interview with Dan Williams, who is a workplace assessor, but with a specific focus on audio and visually impaired staff. And Dan shares his expertise. He gives us his insights about how not only has he been doing work around helping people get the right sort of working setup, but actually how his interventions with a lot of people actually help in a much broader way about where people just don't necessarily recognize that there's other people in the same business who've got the same problems as they have, and that actually this is something that they should be shouting about in order to get that sorted, and how that's a good thing for business as well, because it's basically getting your staff to be as productive as they possibly can be. So yes, that's live now, and really well worth a listen.
Yes, go listen to it. It's good. All right, let's get into why you're here. Yikes, getting some mad drops here.
Big drops.
Yeah. Well, we just play that again. See the beauty if you can just clip it, move on. There's going to be some editing on my part, I feel like. Oh, geez. All right.
There's going to be a lot of editing.
Okay. Am I stable?
Nope.
I mean, video quality wise.
No. Video, you're grainy. And
oh, geez.
Oh, no,
All
actually.
Right. Oh, yep. Now I see it. Oh. Coming back, maybe.
Yeah, you're starting to sharpen up again, but I think you've got a massive delay now as well.
Oh, geez.
And now you're cutting out.
Yep. Here's the thing: is that, like I said, we made it through a segment. We made it through a segment, and we can piecemeal these things together. Like I said, the go no go is like at the go no go is at the top of the hour. So now we've actually bought ourselves like 3-4 minutes beyond the hour. So there we go. Thinking about it that way. I'm seeing more stability on my end. How are you? How am I to you?
It's coming back. Yeah, I mean, you've got a slight delay, but nothing. I think we can work with it.
Okay. Should I hang on? Let me do this. How's that? Any better?
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay.
Well, actually, no. You still got a slight delay there, but I think it's enough to work with.
Is it getting better? Is
yes,
it getting better as I'm talking? Okay.
I think so.
Okay. All right. So let's play that stinger again, and we'll get to the news. This is how the sausage is made, folks. This is the part of the show.
That's not worse. It's not that.
Oh man! Right after it happened, it dropped.
I was gonna say,
dang, dude, this is.
Try it again.
What's that?
Do it again.
Try again. Okay, here we go. How many takes will it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll newsy pop? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Barry, what is the story this week?
So the story this week is 8 signs that the AI revolution is spinning out of control. So the AI revolution is expanding rapidly with new tools and products emerging that use artificial intelligence to enhance user experience. However, this unregulated field has the potential to be hugely disruptive to a variety of industries and even our way of life. This article highlights 8 warning signs that the robot revolution could get very messy, with big corporations are using AI to replace various professions, such as coders, voice actors, and even journalists. Additionally, AI is being used to automate the justice system and write screenplays. Surveillance systems are also being integrating AI, creating super smart spying apparatus. Furthermore, the AI arms race is starting with tech giants such as Microsoft, Google, Alibaba, and Baidu, feverishly developing their own respective AI tools. While the benefits of AI seem evident, the concerns about their potential drawbacks and limitations are becoming increasingly relevant. The role of human factors practitioners in this field is essential to ensure that AI is designed, developed, and implemented responsibly, ethically, and in consideration of the impacts of human factors, including safety, performance, and usability. So, Nick, have we just got an AI representation of you, and are you happy with that? Or is this something we need to be worried about?
Wait, the visual one or the audio one?
I was going to say the audio one is generally a bit behind, and the visual one is doing that. What we had that really cool short on the other week when you had Weird Nick all doing its thing, because that's where we are right now.
Look, here's the thing. I think. Am I happy? Oh, I'm really happy with the way the AI is going. I guess is that weird to say? So I think there's a lot to love about this AI revolution, as this article is calling it. This article by someone on Gizmodo, and so basically there are signs spiraling out of control. I don't know how else to say it. There's some concerns. Yeah, I know. I'm dropping.
It makes no sense. There's no what you're saying anyway.
Here's it. Yeah, I know. Let's pause to take it from and that. I am actually
got no idea what you're saying. I'm sure it's great.
Doing a soft reset through. Yeah, I know. Hard resetting my router. I will be right back.
Okay. So this is where the fun bit comes, because
here you go.
Oh, now he's gone. So yeah, so this is where those of you watching and you're expecting to see our usual amazingly well polished production. I hope you're not disappointed. These things happen. This is technology, and ironic that we talked about the interaction of AI and how AI is becoming more pervasive in our world, because it just shows that if I had an AI based Nick alongside me, then we wouldn't have any of these problems. But then who would do all the work and put all the hard effort in? I just literally sit here and give my thoughts and opinions. So hopefully Nick will be back soon. This is something the third or fourth time he's resetting the hardware in his setup to see if that gives us any more time to be able to piece some more of the show together. We probably got about 7 minutes before we make a big decision about whether actually this just isn't necessarily going to work. But hey, this is the first time I think we've done this in a way that is hopefully going to try and pull a proper full-on show together. Because you're seeing the live version at the moment, so all this stuff nobody else will ever see, thankfully. But when it's all edited together, then those people who are listening it through their podcast directory, or even watching the post version of this, will not even realize that we had any of these sort of problems, unless it just doesn't come together, and we might have to, I guess, close it down and redo it another day. Which is where I hope we don't necessarily get to, because we've done the hard bits so far. So the actual delivery of the news, but you're obviously here because you want to hear our thoughts on this stuff and how we make it work. And if we can't actually have a discussion because half of us aren't been able to work, then that's not great. And it's a bit of a shame, because the platform that we're using normally is quite solid. But we've been having issues recently with not only connection itself, which I've had connection problems, I would say, in the last few weeks, but also platform problems as well. And it's just, unfortunately, it's Nick's turn this week to have some more of his own issues. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how it comes together. It would be quite neat to be able to play some other stuff now as well. But given the way that the show is set up, I literally have no control, which is good in some respects because it means I can't be blamed for when it's going wrong. But there's sometimes when it actually would be quite neat to be able to pull some other stuff in here. But while we're waiting for this to engage, really keen to get your thoughts, because even if we don't necessarily use them this week, we will take a transcript and include them the next time we do it, about what your thoughts are about how AI seems to have really grown in the past 3 months. I guess the past 3 to 4 months, there seems to have been a real technological explosion, revolution about how AI is being used. What's been your experience of using it, and has what you've been doing changed your perception? Some people I've been speaking to have been quite underwhelmed and almost taking for granted that what it can do, where we've talked about things like ChatGPT and others, where we seem to just engage with it now and can start having conversations with them, and that's fine. It's almost expected. That level of technology is now just expected because it's what we see in the movies. It's what we see in our sci-fi TV series. So we were expecting it to go in that direction. So the fact that it can now do it is not necessarily seen as a big deal. It's just expected in a way that hasn't been in the past. So it'd be really good to get your thoughts on your perception about where you think we are now and where we are going to be going in the future. So we're hoping that Nick will be joining us again shortly. This normally takes a good couple of minutes. For anybody who's reset their own router before will know that it takes a good couple of minutes for it to be shut down and then brought back up again. If we can get that working and getting that doing what it is that we want to do, then we'll be able to continue the show. We know just from the past 4 times we've done this already this evening that we do get a good 6 or 7 up to 10 minutes worth of decent engagement before it all goes south again. So we'll see where we get to and see what sort of a discussion that we can have. Because ironically, we've been streaming now for nearly an hour, and yes, like I said, this is at least the 3rd or 4th time that we've been doing a reboot. So who knows quite how far we will get. But it is quite late here on. So was it been basically here in the UK? It is coming up to 11 o'clock at night, and hopefully it's not putting off too many people from listening this late at night, if you're based on this side. But obviously if you're based out in the States, then it's still mid-afternoon. It's not too bad at all. So if you're just tuning in and wondering what is going on, that we are being plagued with technical issues tonight. None of my technical issues, which is I've been having over previous weeks. I've been having my problems, but this week it's Nick's turn, and trying to get a level of engagement around getting his tech up and running in a way that will run for more than what seems to be about anywhere between 7 and 10 minutes. So that is proving to be challenging tonight. But that's why you tune in. That's why we get to do these live shows, because normally they go fine without any issues, but just occasionally it goes wrong. And that's exactly where we are tonight, where we are trying to work behind the scenes to get some of this stuff up and running. So hopefully Nick will be back to join us again soon. He has now been out for quite a while, so we'll see if he does actually come back. And if he doesn't, then you might just have me talking at you for the foreseeable future, which I'm sure will be welcome to everybody's ears. So I'm just checking here to see if Nick is messaging on any of the platforms. Obviously, we are connected on a number of different levels. So if you are looking to engage and chat whilst we are trying to sort some of these issues out, then, and we mentioned it quite a lot, but it is worth going to look at the Discord and chatting to the other members in the Human Factors Cast Discord group. There's all sorts of discussions going on there, but being able to check into what's going on is proving that Nick's not online at all. So who knows if he's actually going to be coming back tonight. And we will be making a call probably fairly soon about what's going to happen. Oh, hello.
Okay.
Decided to come back.
I've done literally everything I can.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Back to my internet and actually restarting my router, my laptop, and all the factors of this thing.
And you're already spiking.
Am I? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna scrap the show tonight. That's a bummer. It's a bummer. But I think that's okay.
Hey, on the plus side, so many people have just heard me randomly talking for the past however long. I think that they've been privileged, personally.
I wonder what shorts that would kick back. Here's the thing. Let's while I have you on, let's I've done this before in the past. But what sometimes I'll do is just like throw a little bonus thing in the feed and say, "Hey, sorry, no show this week." So, let's see. I'm gonna kill the music. We're still just gonna be here. All right. Hey, listeners. Unfortunately, due to some technical issues, we are unable to record the show tonight. So Barry and I are very sorry about that. Barry, tell them how sorry you are.
I'm not sorry at all. I did everything I was supposed to do. Sorry, yes, we're very sorry. And we are a team, and this is a joint problem. This is Nick's problem. This is Nick's fault.
Let's be clear. My internet was not happy tonight. So what we're going to attempt to do is to record something for you, to put it out there as like a little bonus thing. As for the topic, I don't know what it is. I just wanted something to go out there this week for you to know that we're thinking of you. And we really did put in our best foot forward to try to record this episode for you. We're going to be back next week to talk about the show that was supposed to air tonight. So I'm really disappointed because of the title. The title was really good. Ain't no stopping us now with AI. Anyway, so we've stopped. We can talk about the the irony. Look, I know this is a little bit different from the normal format that you're all used to when listening to us. This is us kind of how we banter in the pre-show or post-show, so you're more than welcome to come and join us on any of our visual platforms or join us as a Patreon if you want to listen to those as an audio platform. But I think what we could do, Barry, is maybe not spoil our thoughts on the article. We'll get to that next week. There's a lot of really interesting talking points that we want to get to. And the ironic part about this is that I don't think my internet's been that bad since going on into doing this, but we'll see. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and just talk about something related to the topic, I think maybe what we could do is just a bridge from the previous AI episodes that we've done, because they're too recent for a recast, I feel. So what we could do is kind of recap them maybe and just talk briefly about the connection to what's now going to be next week's show. So Barry, recap the episodes. Here, how
I've
about
got the list of episodes in front of me. I can't remember
it's
what
almost
it is.
like we didn't prepare for this,
Yeah.
and we didn't. So what I can do is I can just mention that, we did fairly recently, within the last 3 months. Actually, it's been almost exactly 3 months since we last touched an AI story. This one was chosen by all of you, and this one this week, or I guess next week, was chosen by all of you. 8 signs that the impending AI apocalypse is dangerous, or something. I don't know. I don't know the exact. I don't have it ready for me. Oh yeah, 8 signs that the AI revolution is spinning out of control. Where we have been is just, while I buy us some time, we had a story about generative AI and basically what that means for our field. Right. We also had an episode dedicated to ChatGPT. It was kind of around the explosion of that product. And we've had some time now to live with this technology in the way in which we work. Um, and to even further dive into those, right? When we talked about the generative AI, we talked kind of in terms of content generation. And then with ChatGPT, it was more focused on the utility and user experience of that app. So, bridging it from those to where we're at today, Barry, what kind of connections can you see?
Well, it's interesting because the Chat GPT one, I think you're right. That was what, December last year, and really that was around that the sort of launch. We were all very excited about what's it going to be, what's it going to do. We were really just getting into the basic concept, the basic ideas, and now we've had essentially 3 months of everybody doing the same thing. Everybody gone in there trying to do different things, and I think we sort of alluded to this a bit in the pre-show as well, around this idea that it's got such a basic interface. The interface of it is, because there's no effectively very little guidance there. There is a text box, and you tell it what you want it to do. And one of the amazing things about it is that you go in and you're really only limited by your own imagination. About what you want to ask, and there's boundaries there and things like that. But you go and it doesn't tell you where the boundaries are. You go and find the boundaries, and so that linking now to what we're going to be talking about around really where the fear factor is coming in is because everybody has engaged with ChatGPT and looking at their own use cases. And so we've talked about this from a HF perspective in terms of developing personas, in testing questionnaires, in doing that type of stuff. Other people have been doing lots of other different things and trying it in lots of different spheres, lots of different domains. One of the areas that we'll be talking about in the show is how people have used it in the justice domain, and we talked about that in the pre-show to this version.
Pre-show
and
to
that's
this bonus thing, whatever this
yeah,
is.
so it's a bit weird. So I think a lot of this is still, 3 months isn't a long period of time, but it's amazing how things have grown and ballooned in that time. But I still think we're still on that early crest. I think we're still only seeing the early stages of what this is truly going to be capable of.
Yeah,
Nick,
and like I do want to sort of visit a preview of some of the applications in the AI revolution that they cite for spinning out of control. We can elaborate on them next week, and we will. But they're basically talking about how ChatGPT can code and has passed coding tests. You mentioned legal cases, screenplays, voice actors. In fact, in the pre-show to this bonus thing, whatever this is now, I've replicated Barry's voice and made him say some very nice things about working with me. There's sort of AI to replace journalism. The stock market is another big one too, about predictive analytics and using AI and machine learning to course correct and adjust and buy and sell stocks, get you more money, spying on people, which is another big one. And then they mentioned the AI arms race, but I am almost thinking that and this is a preview for next week, there's also another arms race going on, a literal arms race. So I'll leave it there. But I think there's some interesting applications. I have used multiple types of AI in the last 3 months. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier before we decided to do this bonus thing, but ChatGPT was that Pokemon Go of the of the AI world that's like easily accessible. Everyone's using it. Everyone's starting to see its utility. And with that, a lot of new companies came out there and released their stuff. So, in the last couple months, I've used things to synthesize voices, to write scripts, to produce videos and animations and various types of content generation tools, but also tools for tasking, having it automate some of my tasks and learning what I'm doing and trying to teach it how to do these things that I would normally do. And it's just been a really crazy experience to try to fit this new technology into doing these things into our everyday lives. That anecdote, because I'll probably forget it next week, I just want to mention this. My boss called high on AI. So, and that is absolutely true.
No, that's fair. I mean, what's interesting, I think, and it's something that we'll definitely bring up next week, is this application. So where is it best suited? And actually, a lot of them tasks that you highlighted, they all kind of have something in common, and they're all effectively patterns. There's, they're all things that are either repetitive or require you just to work in a certain way. So, I've been trying an AI scheduler this week, and largely it would have been good if it was just there was bits not quite right on it, but fundamentally, it's just taken a task. Is the task completed? No, right? Okay, reschedule it until it is. So it's not difficult, but it requires a level of intelligence to do it. I mean, why we're that surprised that AI can write better code or easier code than humans can, possibly we maybe shouldn't be that surprised, because, hey, who reads code? Machines do. So, and really all code exists that is an interface between us and the machine. So the fact that it can now use AI to generate better code if it understands what it is we're trying to do, bonus. So we'll see how that comes through.
Yeah, I don't know how much else we can say in this thing without spoiling the full discussion that we would normally have. And the most ironic thing I think right now is that my internet's pretty stable. It's been holding stable this whole time.
It has. You've had a couple of moments, but nothing as dramatic as it was earlier. So,
I mean, we're beyond the point of no return where we can't feasibly record an episode tonight. It's late for Barry, and so it's like he'd be up until super late for us to put something out. Like, this will go out there, so you all will listen to this. Hopefully, yeah. So, but again, I just wanted to put something out there so that way that we're thinking about you, and that we didn't want you to go a whole week without us in your ear holes, because some of you have come up to me and said, I listen to you while I run. And I know how I feel when I don't get a podcast episode, that I'm like, I really wanted to hear their thoughts on this thing. Anyway, hopefully you have the town hall to tide you over, and you have this. And oh, hey, by the way, between this and the town hall and Human Factors Minute, you have like
loads.
An hour and a half of content, an hour and 40 minutes of content to listen to from us. So go do that. That's your homework. We'll check back with you next week, where we will basically talk about this article in full. I promise we put a lot of time and effort into the show notes, and we might even have a third person with us next week. So stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna play anything here. This is it.
Awesome.
All right, now Barry and I are gonna do the post show. We got 15 minutes of post show that we should kill, so I'm gonna actually do this. So that was about 15 minutes or so.
It was, and you're just starting to drop out again. So that was good timing.
That was good timing.
Yes.
I saw the spikes. I was like, oh, okay, well, I better wrap this up.
There we go. Quick, bail. On the disappointing side, I was going to have an interview this week with a certain person. Yeah, it didn't happen.
No.
We had to postpone it to Monday. Which on the one hand was a good thing because I was doing some testing of this platform. I was said in the last couple of interviews, it's not quite been there. But I was doing some last minute testing and it was there, but then they had a last minute family issue that they needed to deal with, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. But I got their book, and their book is amazing.
Yeah, you were talking about that last week.
I'm only about halfway through now, and it's a good read.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
And they've got a couple of other interviews lined up as well. So
Ooh.
I realize I need to get a lot of interviews in, ideally before April, because I think I'm going to be a bit busy after April.
I think so.
I hope so, anyway.
But that might also get you more access to more interviews.
Oh, it absolutely will. And if you think I'm not going to be using that opportunity to everybody I meet, said, okay, so now you're talking to me, now you can sit down. Oh, and that I just have to have a microphone. Let's have a discussion and make that stuff happen.
And hey, even if you don't have a microphone, Barry, still get in the practice of just using your phone, because I can polish that audio.
Sweet, we can do that.
Yeah. Hang on. Do you want to hear the difference? Actually, yeah, let's do this here really quick. Just this is an example.
While you do that, if I had audio that has got one person very, very quiet and the other person very loud, does it sort that out?
Well, the way you do that is you separate the tracks.
It's one track.
Okay, it's one track,
which is annoying.
It's a previous.
It's one that's been done, and I can.
Recording?
It's say again.
Is it beyond the recording hold window?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go through and I'm going through and editing it, and I can make it happen. But there is whether there is a simpler way of doing what I'm doing.
Anyway. Just run it through a compressor.
That's what I'm thinking of doing.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Send me the audio right now? Just like throw it up on the drive and
do I have just audio, or does it? Oh, I can't do it. It's on my other laptop. Yeah, it's done.
I was gonna say, just we can use that as the example, and we could just test like a snippet, so that way it's not giving away the.
Yeah, it's
thing.
Not. Why? Yes, because it's in my bag over there.
If you want, Barry, send it to me after this, and I can take a look at it.
Cool. Okay.
I'll see what I can do. But check this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna record something on my phone, and this is AI, so it ties in, right?
Yeah.
Hi, this is me talking on my phone. Everybody who's watching or listening right now hears a very high quality thing because I am talking into my mic, but you are hearing poor quality because I'm away from my microphone. Okay. So here's what that sounds like. I'm going to just hold it up. Hang on. If I can increase the volume on my phone because I'm a responsible podcaster and turn it off before I go on. Let's see here. So this is what it sounds like. Hi, this is me talking on my phone. Everybody who's watching or listening right now. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll actually bring this file up on the computer so you can hear it in its raw format instead of just through a phone, through a microphone. And that way you can get the full effect. But first, where'd my apps go? There they are. Okay. Upload audio. Okay, where is it? Why are you doing this? Share and send. Drive. My drive. There it is. Okay, cool. That's uploading. I'm going to come over here and open it up. I mean, this is a really cool example of like, sort of I'm looking for, of AI doing a really great job. Think that we'd be like in our one more things right about now.
It's true. No, not quite.
Almost.
That'd be another couple of minutes.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna. All right. While that is going, let me throw that over here. Where are you? What happened? It's the beauty of this live stuff. What is this live stuff? Wait, where did it go? Recording. There it is. Okay. So what I will do, I wish I could just like share a unrelated thing. I guess I can. All right.
That good?
Well, no. It's fine. I'm just trying to find something to like put up on my screen that's not gonna be distracting. It's just audio that I need to show you.
Apparently, Google has released a video editor AI. Absolute magic.
Oh, really?
Apparently it's really good.
When did they announce that? Is it called Absolute Magic?
I think so. Oh, yeah. So I've just seen a link on YouTube 7 hours ago. This video was put up. So I don't know. I need to look into it in more detail.
Oh yeah, it is. I see. Is it by 2 Minute Papers? Is that who?
Yeah.
Okay. I will look at that in just a second. Anyway, let's do this thing. So I'm going to share my screen with you, but it's going to be really boring, y'all. Okay. I'm going to bring on the screen. See, now I wish I could like minimize the screen somehow or like, downplay its importance because it's like I don't need you to be that big. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play for you the audio. Well, they did. Right, you can hear that, okay, right? No, you cannot hear that. Okay.
Nope.
Well, why did that happen? Let's cuz there we go. That would explain it. There we go. Okay, so let me hear it now? Here, how about
Not a sausage.
anything? No?
Oh, there's something really, really quiet then.
Yeah, it was probably through my headphones. I'm not sure why it's not. Oh, that's why. Because I didn't bring it back.
Oh, you didn't bring it off.
Yeah, here you go. On my phone. Everybody who's watching or listening right now hears a very high quality thing because I am talking into my mic, but you are hearing poor quality because I'm away from my microphone. Right. Okay. Right now you want to hear the AI's little trick here. Hi, this is me talking on my phone. Everybody who's watching or listening right now hears a very high quality thing because I am talking into my mic, but you are hearing poor quality because I'm away from my microphone. All right. You want to hear the comparison? Hi, this is me talking on my phone. Everybody who's watching or listening right now hears a very high quality thing because I am talking into my mic, but you are hearing poor quality because I'm away from my microphone. Impressive. It's really impressive.
Yeah.
It was really impressive. You could so basically what I'm saying, Barry, is you can record anywhere. Just use your phone as a mic. And tell me,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
was that experience for you? And then you hold it up to them and they do it. I think we're going to do some of that at the healthcare symposium, and that's another thing that's like coming up here is we're going to go to the healthcare symposium. So that'll be fun. I'm not going to be there personally, but we have a field correspondent going out on our behalf. Sounds like
Cool.
we're in the planning phases of some of that, so that should be good. Good fun.
Indeed. Yes. It feels a lot later than it actually is.
It does, because the show was scrapped. It feels like
Yes,
we should be ending in 5 minutes, and yeah, it's I do want to provide value for anyone who tunes in. It's been, you know what, I think in some ways this is a blessing in disguise, because I can't so much post on an episode like this would have been just nightmarish, considering everything that I have to.
That would have been a lot, given every 7 minutes it was going through. Actually, you've now stood up really well.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think there's some stuff I have to work on for work that kind of takes priority, and I hate putting out half-assed episodes, so it's going to be a weird thing.
It's been that sort of week.
Yeah, it has been. It really has been.
So.
You wanted to look at that video, the AI video editor.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And I'm wondering what it does, because or what it does differently, I guess, than other AI video editors. I'm looking at there was something I saw in here that would be a good resource for this right now, and I've of course saved so many of these useful AI tools that
try to find them now is
yes, exactly. All right, let's just do that. All right, let's do that, and then do that, and then we'll do this and that and this and that and this and that and that. Go. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll actually run this one here, executive summary. So I have a couple of them here. This article discusses this video discusses the advantages of reading over watching videos. Oh wait, never mind. That is the actual page that I'm on, because I'm on a transcript page. Oh, that's funny. You know what I could do is script is not very long at all, actually. Gonna go with the favorite child at the moment. But don't tell the other AI children. Of course, this favorite child is not working right now. Not because of the normal one, because I pay for it, but because the window is being weird about sharing it. I don't understand what's happening here, though. Is this like a visual bug in Chrome where like a web page loads, but you can't see anything? Like the elements are there. I see them pop in and then they pop out, and I don't know how to fix that. New window, maybe. Let me try it on a new window. Oops. Yikes. Come on, man. This is dumb.
It's not our night for technology, is it?
No, tech is just not having fun tonight, man. Log in. Am I logged in with the Google over here? Trying a different browser. Log in. Or is it just down? I don't know. It might be down. Is it up for you?
What are you looking at the moment?
The favorite child. The GPTs.
Pull her up. Oh, it's up for me.
Ah, balls. Okay. Bleh. Why is this happening? I don't understand. And I can't like close down my Chrome right now. Otherwise, I would lose the ability to talk with you.
I'm just, in fact, now that I've opened it up, I'm just spinning up the online
grab
version of ErgoGem.
What's that?
The online version of ErgoGem.
Oh,
Which
very
is
cool.
So I just said, how can we create an online version of this that can be played online? Create a digital version of the board game and cards. Use graphic software to create them, and then upload these files to the platform. It's like, okay, that's not quite what I was looking for. Anyway, we shall look at that in the future.
Yeah, that'd be fun content for our patrons. Manage.
That's not. What time are we at now?
Privacy settings, cookies, CL sites.
Actually, with that, I did have to delete all of my cookies the other day to get it, because it was just going to the login page. Then you press login and nothing was happening.
Yup.
So I had to do that, which is somewhat irritating. But
hold on. Where did it say to go? It says cookies and other site data clicks. See all site data and permissions. Okay, I see. Okay. See all site data and permissions. Yeah, clear that. Open AI. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, we'll clear that one too. We're not. All right, let's try it again. Reload. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? This is dumb. I don't know, man.
I think it's just one of them nights where technology is just not meant to be not meant to be our friend.
Not meant to be our friend indeed. Because what I was going to do is take that transcript, throw it into GPT, have it, regurgitate the like 5 summary bullet points, whatever. But it is just not playing nice with me tonight, which is really.
Well, I was going to say that it just does sum up with where the evening's gone. So,
It really does. I mean, it's. Yeah, I've selected login and it's not. No, I don't want to do that. Didn't even know I had Bing points, but no, I don't want to support. Let's try this. Log in. Why is like login not even working for on another browser? That's really odd.
That's the problem I had, and you have to clear everything.
Everything, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why. It just seems to be. I haven't tried it back into that other browser yet, but that's the only way I get it to work. So.
Yeah, it's weird because I had something similar happen at work, and I wonder if there's like a weird Chrome thing. Oh man. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn, everybody. I know.
We're just very, very familiar with everybody. I guess, should we just leave you to
mope? I get maybe
mope
I don't
and
know.
do that because so I can be in bed before midnight. That's exciting. The Thursday for a long time.
Oh, the things we get excited for. Let me just check one more thing, and then we can do that.
Actually, I don't want that one.
Is the PW? This is probably one of my favorite songs that comes up on this chill playlist. It's got a nice it's nice. Oh man. Okay, whatever. Okay, I got it working on incognito. So what I'll do is yeah, no, I want to do bullet points, not Where is everything? Jeez. What's going on here? Why can't I edit? There we go. In 5 bullet points. Okay, let's do that. All right, now let's see what this YouTube video is all about. In the 12 minutes it took me to do this, I could have watched the 7-minute video. Discusses a new AI video generation paper that allows for video editing using AI technology. AI can take a collection of photos and turn them into a video. It can even transform an object in a video, turning a papaya into a cake. The AI can also create a video from just one image and add details like a buffalo bathing in a river and zooming out to reveal it. The AI uses downscaling and noise to create new videos from existing footage, but this process can use some loss of detail, or it can cause some loss of detail. Video is supported by weights and biases, which offer a platform for machine learning practitioners to connect and collaborate. Okay. So, I mean, it's nothing new that I haven't seen before. So the fact that now I'm logged in and can summarize YouTube videos in this format saves me 7 minutes after 12 minutes of logging in.
But at least we proved something.
We proved it could work. Yeah, we're gonna call it here, folks. We're gonna end about 20 minutes early. This stream was not a success by any stretch of the imagination. I gotta at least edit out that little part and give it to everybody as a sorry we couldn't quite get it to work, even though the second half of this has been pretty good internet connectivity.
No, actually, yes.
Hopefully next week.
I would say if we hadn't timed out, we could have done it, but never mind.
Yeah. Hopefully next week will be a better week. Thank you all for joining us. In the meantime, like I said, there's plenty of content for you all to enjoy. There's the Human Factors and Ergonomic Society Town Hall. There's also, we just launched Human Factors Minute, which will leave you with the trailer. Until next week. Bye, everybody. Are you tired of boring lectures and textbooks on human factors and UX? Well, grab your headphones and get ready for a wild ride with the Human Factors Minute podcast. Each minute is like a mini crash course packed with valuable insights and information on various organizations, conferences, usability methods, theories, models, certifications, tools, and much more. We'll take you on a journey through the fascinating world of human factors, from the ancient history to the latest trends and developments. Listen in as we explore the field and discover new ways to enhance the user experience. From the Think Aloud protocol to the critical incident technique, focus groups, iterative design, we'll make sure that you're the smartest person in the room. Tune in on the 10th, the 20th, and the last day of every month for a new and interesting tidbit related to human factors.